Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and today we're going to be talking about Metal Gear Solid voice actor David Hayter pushing back against a supposed anti-woke commentator saying that Metal Gear Solid is thematically against everything people believe in. First and foremost, Metal Gear Solid was made during a time where politics could be in a game, but be part of the story and be a great story and not totally in your face and shoved down your throat. Metal Gear Solid is quite arguably one of the greatest PS1 games to ever exist. And David Hayter's contribution to the voice of Solid Snake himself will forever be great. Will forever be stand the test of time, essentially. But him as a person, dude is nuts. He's very TDS obsessed and really shouldn't be making any comments about this at all. But it also is his right to have the opinions he has, but at the same time it's like it's definitely not against everything people believe in. People believed in a time back when the PS1 days where entertainment was just entertainment. The politics might have been there, but it was in the background and it actually was used to tell a story, not to be shoved in your face. Similar to the X-Men, like Stan Lee would say. Try to talk about cultural issues and, social issues in something like X-Men, but it wasn't in your face to beat you over the head. Is essentially I'm paraphrasing what Stan Lee said. But we're gonna go through this article here from Battling in the Comics. Before we get started, though, do hit the like button if you liked the video. Comment below what you think about all this, and subscribe for more content. And of course, as I said in my last video, we're gonna be doing a series every Wednesday where I review an independent comic book every Wednesday, because that was the day people would go to the comic shop for new comics. So we're gonna do a review for independent comic. You can go check out my first review of ISOM number 1. I'll have a link below in the description. Now let's get into this. Metal Gear Solid voice actor David Hayter pushes back against anti-woke commentator, says series is thematically against everything you believe in. David Hayter denounces a nostalgia art piece featuring Metal Gear Solid by claiming that the series thematically disagrees with anti-woke beliefs. No, it doesn't. This game had nothing to do with woke politics at all. An image evoked in the 90s had been shared across social media over the last few months, wherein two children can be seen playing Metal Gear Solid in a room filled with toys, games, and film memorabilia from the era. It usually sparked discussion centered around nostalgia, the values of the time, consumerism and capitalism, and whether certain items were anachronistic. One such Twitter user was at Vocal Distance, tweeting, "This is the world we're fighting for, and the acne of the nostalgia we feel for this time is the call home." As you can see, Metal Gear Solid is right here on the screen. You got a PS1, you got spaghetti and meatballs here. We got Pokemon cards, the old school Charizard everybody wanted to get, Tamagotchis. You got Jurassic Park. It looks like Power Rangers movie up here, I think, or something. Well, you have the Power Rangers here. Super Mario Brothers 3. You got Transformers. You got a coughing here, and so on and so on. This was basically my entire childhood, all in one picture. Oh yeah, the Game Boy Color. This is my basically entire childhood in like one picture here. Much like a spy, one particular reply snuck in and took everyone by surprise. David Hayter, best known as the original voice of Solid Snake in the Metal Gear series, harshly rebuffed the tweet shared by him or her, claiming Metal Gear is thematically against everything you believe in, which once again I already stated in the beginning is not true. This further added fuel to the already heated discussion thanks to the vagueness of both Vocal Distance and Hayter's tweets, with both inflating what the other meant. For example, thanks to the Metal Gear series being brought up, when someone denies video games quote-unquote being political, in actuality to proselytize a belief, some took this as Hayter denying it. Quote, people who say Metal Gear Solid isn't political have never played the games, mocked Boa 1907. Quote, or even skip past the cutscenes because they have short attention span. It's supposed to say half short. I don't know why this person only but short. Echoed Night Fright 93. You can see the tweets here. Others agree with Hayter, at least with possible themes within the Metal Gear series. Quote, Metal Gear is a story of shedding the past and moving on. art and film Sam proposed. Solid Snake himself rips off the nostalgic shackles of heroes of war and action heroes to strive for something human and not mired in nostalgia, masculinity, or an American gone by, in a sort of out of heaven like Big Boss. Now, yes, that may be true about the heroes of war and action heroes kind of trope, but people wanted to be Solid Snake. People wanted to be that cool spy type of masculine character that Solid Snake was. He was cool as fuck. He was mysterious. He was a muscular dude. He survived torture. Ended up with the girl of his dreams, essentially, at the end of the game. It's not really spoilers because the game's been around for 20 plus years. So, this dude was basically an icon for masculinity. So, I don't want to hear that crap. Others refuted Hayter's claim, insisting Konami's tactical espionage series be merely treated as entertainment. You're an awesome actor, David, and that's it. Your opinions are your own. Snake Sears preface. Metal Gear shouldn't have anything to do with that other than pure entertainment. If you want to attack someone having a different point of view, go ahead, but know you are exposing yourself in the process. Yes, this, again, like I said, was made during a time where video games were just that, video games. Story was put first before any kind of ideology or politics. It just kind of was non-existent. Yes, like I said, the storyline was quite political in a sense, but it wasn't there to beat you over the head. It was there in the background, and it made for great storytelling. Quote, these people take solace in remembering the simpler times of their lives. AJD official defended. Before the controlled demolition of society, finance, and morality, times when they felt safe and comfortable that their present was enjoyable and their futures were bright. Where is that for children now? Yeah, because everything is fucking woke and trash. And it's all about beating you over the head with modern day politics, identity politics. You got all this nonsense going on in the world in entertainment, like I said, made during a time where it was just entertainment. Quote, no wonder Kojima replaced you. The technocratic shadow cabal controlling the world through the manipulation of information and social engineering to create a one-world government that destroys all individuality and cultural identity were the villains. Read this person's comment, arguably one of the harshest critics. Then compared series antagonist Zero with WEF founder this person here. The group has been accused of orchestrating a global communist takeover thanks to the group's own Great Reset proposal. Economic and environmental stability, and this person is boasting of world leaders being part of their, quote, Young Global Leaders program. Here's the tweet here. Hayter would eventually delete his tweet, presumably not wanting to cause any more of a fuss. Yeah, he likes to get into spats with people and doesn't actually like to follow up or get into it or any further than that. Users were arguing over multiple points while others mocked local distance for being effectively backhanded by a figure that was part of that 90s era for some. What do you think? Does Metal Gear series claim some older values are better? Is it a critique of American politics of the past and what was then its future? Were the 90s really good? Yes. The 90s was the golden age for literally everything. It was the golden age for video games. It was the golden age for cartoons. It was the golden age for movies. Like, it was for books. It was pretty much the golden age for most people. You had so many great cartoons back then. You had Ed, Edd and Eddy, you had Johnny Bravo, you had Dexter's Laboratory, you had a TMNT show, you had Fairly Odd Parents, you had freaking Johnny, you had Captain Planet, you had Cow and Chicken, you had stuff like that. You had A. Arnold, you had all these types of great shows back then. They even had the Rugrats in that picture. You had all these great cartoons, very big, like, diverse cartoons. They all had different animation. Courage the Cowardly Dog. You had all these different cartoons, all these different video games. You had Final Fantasy. You had Metal Gear Solid. You had Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts wasn't Kingdom Hearts yet. You had Metal Gear Solid. You had Final Fantasy. You had Dragon Quest. You had Legend of Dragoon. You had Parasite Eve. You had Dino Crisis. You had Resident Evil. You had all these different games that were so good back in the night. You had Castlevania Symphony of the Night. One of the greatest games of all time during the 90s. It's like so much greatness in the 90s, and you don't get as much of that during the current era with video games, with TV, with movies, or pretty much anything, because all the woke garbage politics always have to be shoved down your throat and put to the forefront before storylines. before great characters, before great visuals. It's always got to be there. It's always got to be shoved in your face. And that's why most people nowadays cannot enjoy modern anything, because they put ideology above story. But that's all my thoughts for today. Thank you all for checking out this video. It really does mean a lot. Appreciate it. Checking it out. Be sure to hit the like button if you do like the video. Comment below what you think about all this. Subscribe for more content. Do hit the notification bell and set it to all so that way you get notifications when I post videos. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.